efforts in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
And so here's Charlotte. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Well, some called their series last year kind of a measuring stick for which conference was the better one, and they represented their conference pretty well.
Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Perry in the backcourt, it's Walker and Henderson. Inside, you have Vonleh and Jefferson, and it's Stevenson in at the 3, the small forward. Warriors leading by 22. Steve just talked about it. These teams were in very similar positions in their respective conference standings last season.
And Kevin, they made their conference look pretty good by taking both of those games.
The Hornets shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall?
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Stevenson against Barnes. Curry kicks to Green. Beyond the arc. And that's good. Steph Curry for 3. Curry's got 22.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Well, that's 3 of the last 5 makes, having been behind the 3-point line. So, got to make some adjustments defensively.
Jefferson, a screen on Thompson. Here's Henderson. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Gerald Henderson certainly helped by the acquisition of Al Jefferson, which created some space for him on the perimeter. And he's made great strides with his outside shot over his career.
Warriors leading by 21. It's Curry with the drive. There's Green with the 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight. The Hornets have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And Henderson a slasher, one of the best wings in the league at working himself to the line.
Also a steady defender too, Kevin, and he has worked on developing his long-range shooting as well. And if he gets that piece, he'll be pretty balanced all around.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Steve Kerr choosing to coach the Warriors. I've said this many times, said Kerr. This is the best fan base in the NBA. The 2007 clinching win over Dallas was the best atmosphere I've ever felt in my life. As a broadcaster, even as a player, I've never seen anything like that. Guys, he wanted to coach in that environment.
They're loud every night. Thank you, Doris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Curry with the 3, but they'll get another chance. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now here, the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. Number 5, the Warriors.
Yeah, it was an impressive campaign for their big men, and I thought the whole team did a really nice job of getting bodies on people and really boxing out.
Charlotte shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively.
Lance Stevenson, a most improved candidate for the Pacers last season, and he said vehemently that he was staying with the Pacers despite his impending free agency. But something must have changed. Not quite sure exactly what it was. He ended up taking a deal with the Hornets for less guaranteed money. I think partly driven to get to the end of that second contract quickly.
David Lee checked in for Golden State. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Charlotte. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second chance points. The next message he had for them was that they should be attacking the basket on offense. He felt very strongly that the defense they're up against is vulnerable down low. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist missing 6 weeks last season with a broken hand, and frankly, he took a step back overall. His numbers getting worse almost across the board.
And a player taken second overall 2 years ago. A lot of pressure riding on the shoulders of MKG.
You know, sometimes guys fall into draft positions that don't necessarily match their skill level, but you can never question the work ethic of this young man, and you know he's going to maximize whatever he can be as a pro because of that.
And the threes continue to go down at that end with almost nothing happening from deep at the other.
But the way to turn that around is defensively, by stopping their outside shot, not by getting into a shootout.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. Three-pointer. And another three for Golden State.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
It's Williams with the drive, and he gets it to go. Williams has got 8 points.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Here's Jefferson. Henderson trying to get himself free. And there's Al Jefferson on the assist by Henderson.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
That's a 2 from Barnes. It's rebounded by Charlotte. 54 seconds left to play in the third. And Jefferson throws it down hard.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Warriors leading by 23. It's Curry with the drive. Wasted no time on that one. Curry's got 27.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Here's Williams. No luck. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Yeah, and you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
Gerald Henderson. First personal foul, teams first.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Charlotte also making some changes. Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Cody Zeller comes in for Vonleh. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Lee with the steal. Here's Barnes, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Here's Livingston, and another 3 for Golden State.
And another 3-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Warriors ahead, opening up a huge gap. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
Tune in Tuesday, November 18th. Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans take on DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings.
My grind's about fame, never been about fame. Some days I wasn't able, there was always 4.5 of the game. Anything less is just a shame. Guess the way my watch got blue chips in the face. With 2 tips, whoever gets in the way, not to mention the highway.
Now rush. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Festus Ezeli. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Rush in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Stevenson drives in.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Barbosa against Stevenson. He tries for three. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hairston's checked in. The Hornets shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. And that's an intentional foul.
Well, you know, as teams become more and more focused on getting good looks in close at the rim, the value of great defensive big men inside just continues to rise. I mean, it's tough to be a contender without a rim protector.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Different look here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Ezeli. Harrison Barnes comes in for Maurice Spates. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And with the new camera systems, it's easier to measure defense, going beyond block shots to look at which, for instance, big men diminish shooting percentages in their area.
Yeah, no surprise. I mean, names like Dwight Howard, Roy Hibbert, Serge Ibaka. But interesting that that reputation has value defensively when players hesitate to go inside.
Taylor with the ball, picked up by Thompson. The tray, the offensive rebound. Biombo, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Shooting for Charlotte. Bismarck Biyombo. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Biombo.
Bismack Biyombo, the former number 7 pick overall in 2011, played a career low in minutes last season, but he was more efficient with his minutes. A rising shot blocker and rebounder off the bench.
And for Biombo last season, Clark, a career high from the field.
But, Kevin, his turnovers have gotten worse season after season. That's where he's got to make some improvement. It's one thing to be limited offensively, but you got to take care of the pumping. Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Over to the wing. Here's Roberts. An easy 2 points on the layup. Roberts got 5 points now in the quarter.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Third 3 in a row right there.
Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
Taylor with the ball, guarded now by Barnes. Zeller dishes to Taylor, and stolen by Barnes.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
First person.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors.
At the line.
Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
Taylor passes to Zeller. Now here's Curry.